So, I guess just talking about just my last job that I had. Just that was just a lot. Because not only was I doing that, being in the military, being helping out my friend, trying to help him with his daughter and stuff like that.
It sounded like it was really overwhelming for you.
Yeah. I was just trying to do my best. And that stuff, I didn't know anything about my mental health and just how I can have burnouts and just not taking time to myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said you were working quite a lot, and it led to like hospitalization for you a couple times, but yeah, you weren't sure like how people didn't really know how they could help you.
People, it just seems like they're always there for me. Just see like I'm just this great guy. That can just be helpful. Especially in the military, they really wanted me to help lead. Just everybody there. Be a sergeant and stuff like that.
Okay.
And just trying to. It's just like the responsibility of all that, and just
That is a lot of responsibility.
it is, and just at the time I felt like I was just a zombie.
Yeah.
I was just at that time I was just like in a fog, just not knowing exactly what I'm supposed to do. I'm just someone just pointing me where to go, and I just go.
Yeah.
It was just I really couldn't do anything. I tried to do my best, but it was just I just didn't have anyone, and they saw that too.
Yeah.
And they thought it was just best for me to not be in the military anymore.
Okay.
So I was honorable discharge.
Okay.
So they tried to one person actually came over my house, went out, and did actually visit me in the hospital. To just he took me there, and then he visited me just to see how I'm doing and stuff like that. And it's just with everybody else, it's just like I just like dropped dead.
Yeah.
And I just like stopped talking, stopped calling, because that's hard for me, just the whole communication.
Yeah.
And that's still something I'm having difficulties with now. But at that time, it's just I didn't know any of that. When it came to, because that's when I found out I was bipolar when I was in the military.
Okay.
That's when I found out.
Okay.
So all of that was just new to me, and I wasn't even on medication at that time either. So there was going through that and that was a tough part too. Was like the medication, because I was like taking different medication, and I didn't know what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were working. I didn't know they were supposed to work the next day, 30 days. So all of that alone was just like I couldn't deal with that.
Yeah.
So that didn't help.
So did you have to change medications or doses a few
It
different
was a lot
times?
because right now, I'm with Omni, with Dr. Garcia, and that's been going on since 2018, 2019.
Okay.
That I had her before I had other ones also. And that was just a tough time. It was just like being in the military, working, and then trying to have like medication on top of it, just trying to figure that out. It was just oh my god, it's tipping point. It was just like I said, it was just like I had my tipping point. I was just done with everything. like I said, just moving around, not really having a pulse or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, thankfully, I was just able to. So this is pretty cool. So at the time, I quit my job. Um, at the time, I wasn't making any money, but at the end of the year, I'll say November, I was able to get my disability. I applied that for 2 years ago, so I didn't have to worry about money. I was able to have that. I didn't have to worry about medical or health insurance. I had medical assistance. I had food stamps. So all of that was taken care of for me. And the cool thing about that is like I can just focus on myself.
Good. Yeah.
And so that I am very grateful to have that time that I had 5 years of that time to myself, and just the fact that for a lot of people they have to worry about that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
Like they want to work on their mental health, but you know, just life won't let you do that, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta work, you gotta make money
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So the fact that I didn't have to worry, that was already taken care of me. That was a blessing, and I am very grateful
Yeah.
that I was able to have the time just to work for myself.
Mhm.
'Cause that to me, that's just a job itself.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out, cause like
That's great.
every day it's like a different. I feel like every day's always different. Like I mean, it's just different every day, and then like learning, like trying to get like coping skills.
Mhm.
One coping skill won't work one day, so that was an adjustment trying to figure out when my anxiety hit. Why is it hitting?
Yeah.
Like, is it because I'm around people, or I just don't know what I'm doing? So just going through our project, just thinking about how I can work with that, and I have so many different coping skills with all that. So it's been a huge process for me.
Yeah. And you've gotten now to the point where you want to work
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, I knew that's all I've been waiting for. I knew that there's gonna be a time where I'll be ready for that stuff, and
Yeah.
that's all I wanted to do
Mhm.
when I felt like ready. And that too, I didn't have to worry about how I was living with my parents also. So that was another thing. I always had a roof in my head too. And I lost my train of thought there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Have you how's your relationship with them, or how much do they know about your story, and
They're
how do they
supportive.
feel? They're supportive.
Right? They do the best, the same thing. Like just the whole communication of it. It's a very difficult thing, but you know, we get along great. You know, there's never an issue with that. So that's just you know
That's
they just
good.
been there. They just been there for me. So
Yeah.
I mean, I moved out of the house like 3 or 4 times, and every time they always welcome me back every time.
Good. Where are they living right now?
What's that?
Where are they living?
Where they live?
Yeah. Are they nearby here?
Bristol.
Or Bristol? Okay. I didn't think they were in Puerto Rico, but you said you had relatives there. So.
Yeah, they do. They do visit there like 3 times a year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but
Starting
yeah.
dose. So full dose kicks
Um,
on Thursday. Oh, the mammogram.
you mentioned that you were hearing voices at one point.
Yeah.
Was that before your hospitalization, or like where in the process of were you with meds and diagnoses and things like that? And how did it affect you?
I thought something
So we're talking about the voices.
Yeah.
is look into, Holly said there's different,
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
I just remember they started happening when I was working in Lamar. I was working before that job. When I was working at the truck stop, I was working for a moving company, and I had a difficulty with that job too. There's just so much detail
Yeah.
I was saying, just loading, unloading, and just like bringing stuff in, stuff in. That to me is just had too much, and it's like I'm like really pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing and trying to get the day because I'm just trying to be a hard worker.
Yeah.
That's just the type of person I want to be. I don't want to be the type of person that just like gives up and stuff like that. You know, I just want to push myself. I never knew how badly I damaged myself for pushing myself so hard. And then it was just like, and I'm doing my best that I can, and then just like all of a sudden just hearing these first, it was a whisper. It was like this whisper sound, and it felt like it was like on my shoulder. Just this whisper, and just like I know it was there. It was just like didn't think much about it. And then I don't remember much after that. I just know I ended up going to mental hospital when I was working at that moving company. And then when I started working at the truck stop, that's when the voices started coming. And at the time, oh my god, so there was a point where I was actually living on my own. And that went terribly wrong. I was there for 6 months, and that's when the voices were the strongest. And it was telling me to kill myself. And not only that, it was like giving me reasons, good reasons to do it. Like, dude, you did the best that you can. Like, you can't go through this anymore. And there's just times where it's just me laying, this is back in an apartment, and there's like nothing in the apartment. So I'm just like laying there, like in a like fetal position. I had like a blade in my hand, and I'm just like, you know, I just talk to myself like, I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this, but I was just like, I was just in so much pain, but it's just like, I don't want to do this. I just don't want to give up yet.
Okay, so
And it's just like going through all that, and
can cash it out the same day that I get the money, like I did today. I cashed
from
out
there,
yesterday's
that's when I
pay,
moved in with my friend.
It's a
And
$1.99
that
fee.
was hard
But
dealing with that,
we need it, so.
and I was just really that. I forget exactly.
All build
I
up throughout the
broke
week.
that part down in years,
Pays me out
and I was like
free on
from
Tuesday.
2016 to 2018, going through all that. So
You endured a lot.
I did.
No, just once in a while. We'll not really.
What was it that got you out of that, or
Quitting.
stopped the voices, or
Quitting my job,
okay,
being out of the military,
okay,
just able just to be at home and just sit there.
yeah,
Just sit there and just, I really was done at that point. It was just like my motivation, there's just nothing there. I just want to lay bed and just be sad.
Is she meeting with you
And
today?
I had a theory behind that. I thought if I would just be able to move and just go through all that eventually I would get out of that funk.
No.
And it did happen, where I did feel better, and I just didn't feel as low as I did of myself. You know, like I said, just the fact that I'm able to have that time to myself to like decompress and not have to worry about like just like the self that I could just do that and just pretend to be dead because that's just all I wanted to do. I just didn't want to do anything at all.
I've been doing
Like I really didn't, just because
writing.
it didn't have much to do. It was just depressed. It's just like I overdid myself,
It does.
and it's like
Scratch off stuff.
all of that is just so much build up to that, and then like once it releases, it's just like
Even if it's something stupid like.
I just want to be in that mood. Because it just felt like it just felt right, and at the same time, I was still dealing with the suicide thoughts. I was dealing with them every single day, and there was different spurts where some are very
The only thing
severe,
I didn't do this morning was.
and the other ones are just not as bad.
yeah,
But it just always happened every day, and I just never told anybody about it because it's like I talk about it, goes away, and then it comes back, and I just feel like I'm like boy crying wolf
Yeah.
type thing. It's just like, I didn't want to do that. And I'm just like, and plus, when I do talk to people about them, they're not as severe. So it wasn't like I can't show that same emotion
Yeah.
to let them describe it. And even if I do try to describe it, they don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know, because
That makes sense.
that's a mental part of it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I understand like there's different type of suicide. People do it because they're not having a hard time in life, and for some of the people, it's just built into them. So it's just, and like I said before, like my life was taking care of me, so like I didn't want to end my life because things were just too difficult because of life and stuff. It was just the fact that mentally I just had no idea what's going on because I'm on trying different meds and stuff and just trying to do all these things. So, but even still, I still do have those thoughts. I still do have those moments where I will have those suicide thoughts, and just they're not as bad. They're not every day, a few times a day, and there's just times where I'm just like, all right, well, it's there. Or just know it's there, and just like find out what I can do at that time that it doesn't get any worse. I think that's the thing. Yeah, like I try to get rid of them, but it's like I know it's there, and just like how much is it that I'm gonna let affect me, stuff like that. So I've been doing a lot of different things, just trying to just figure things out, and just like I said, I really put much for time and effort into it, buying books, doing research, YouTube, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad that all that just like it's been beneficial for me. That I'm at this point where not only do I have control of my mental health, I can talk to people about that. And like before, I just had everything to myself, and now I just one, I better understand all that, and it's just not like the depressive part of it. Like there's good things out of it too, like the fact that I'm just excited about life now, and just be able to do things. So yeah.
That's amazing. That's a really encouraging story. Do you feel like when you have those thoughts now that it's from the place of depression, or do you feel like it's an outside intrusive kind of thought that is kind of outside of yourself in a way?
There's just times I'll get overwhelmed. One thing I learned is just when I say I just put like a lot of effort into things, I just don't know. It gets a lot for me. Trying to sort everything out. I'm losing my train of thought now.
No, I get where you're going.
It's actually like babies.
I
It's like a white tower.
I experienced burnout, and I know it's not the same as what you experienced. But when I did, I read a lot about it, and it was hard for me to find things about people who use the term burnout in the sense of like a complete mental and physical breakdown instead of, oh, I'm just burned out because of this semester or whatever. And something I read said that it took a body's nervous system like about 4 years to recover from that kind of debilitating state. So even without like the mental health issues that were happening, for your body to be recovering, that kind of slow process, I guess, is a normal one in a way. Everybody's different, but it was really encouraging for me when I read that, because I felt like, what am I doing still having to lay in bed for half the day? you know. And what you were saying was really resonating with me when you said you just had to sit there. And that was something that helped you.
Yeah. I just need to take a break.
Yeah.
It was a long break.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, like bringing up the 4 years is like, yeah, that's what I felt like. It's just like, it was like 4 years.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I think one thing was just like, I had like no direction with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a lot of ideas I wanted to do, but just like, I didn't know how to go forward with a lot of different things. And just like, I think it's very important to have goals and stuff like that, even just small goals, you know,
Yeah.
just getting out of bed, brushing your teeth and stuff like that. And I think just the fact with the support I was able to get for that, just to help me, like it's just cool, like I had a goal in mind and you guys worked with me with that and just,
So, the excitement you feel for working and like the direction you want your life to go in next, is that centered around being like a motivational speaker, like what you were saying, or the YouTube aspect of it? Or is there another area you were thinking of working in? Or
oh yeah, I really just want to be successful. That was another thing. I put a lot of effort into just trying to be successful, reading all these different books and stuff like that. And one of my main things is I don't want to work a 9 to 5 type job.
Yeah.
I would like to have my own business. I would like to have people to work for me and stuff like that. So, just having my own business, just able to just get my. I feel like I just have a lot of good ideas. It's just I need someone to make my ideas come true and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I just want to. I feel like that's the thing. I just want to have an idea of something, make it happen, like sell it, and then start something, a new process, you know? Because I think I can take things to a point, and then like I can build something up, and then somebody else can finish the rest of the work, you know? Because like after a while, it's like, all right, I'm done with this. I have other ideas that I want to work on. So, I mean, I just want to live that just type of lifestyle. You know, just be able to do like I want to do. You know, just be able to go like on road trips, visit different places and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of big things I really want to do. Like I just don't want to settle for your typical family 9 to 5 kids and stuff like that. You know, there's just so much more I want out of life, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'm gonna work on that, and I'm gonna try and make it happen.
Have you ever made a list of all the things you want to do?
I do it all the time. It's just that I write so much. Not only do I write, I have a journal on my phone and stuff like that. Writing on paper, writing on index card, writing on whiteboards. It just never stops. And like I do that, or just I write that. I know I did put something on Pinterest. What do they call it? Vision boards.
Oh, cool.
So I did that on Pinterest. It was like a couple of years ago. I don't know any of that stuff becoming true, but I do. I don't have them hanging up on the wall.
That's okay. That's great. I'm glad you write it down. It's cool. And a good thing, like with the YouTube aspect of it, that can go along with anything you end up doing. If you decide, okay, my goal is to do a road trip, you to document the road trip
Yeah.
and how that's been affecting your mental
That's
health.
the thing
You
too.
know,
Yeah.
that's really,
I want my own brand.
yeah.
That's like one of the big things. Just want my own brand and just plus write a book also. So
Oh, yeah.
you know, I just wanna, you know, help people out and at the same time, you know, just
Yeah.
benefit from it
That's
too.
in
You know,
Knox, Pennsylvania.
there's different ideas and we're going forward with all of them. So
Yeah.
just
Hmm.
I touch base on a lot of different things. So
That's fantastic. In my opinion, you have like the good foundation to do that.
I was just being because I was able to work on myself.
Yeah.
You know, and like the main thing for me was just like working from inside and just going back and what is important to what are my values, what am I passionate about. And one of the passions I was able to find was running. I do a lot of running. I do a lot of walking. I just started just to go to the gym, which that was something else too. Just even going to a gym that caused me a lot of anxiety, but
Yeah.
I actually found a gym that I am comfortable going to.
Really?
And I try to go like 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
I mean, just be able to find all my things that, you know, it's just they always been there, but it's just like trying to dig them out because there's just like a giant cloud around everything that you couldn't see
Yeah.
exactly like what like things that I enjoy most of and stuff like that. And it's like once I cleared off that cloud, I knew exactly what it was.
Good.
And just moving forward with all the stuff and just just enjoying life and with all of that.
Hi, I was wondering, do you do
Yeah.
vouchers
You're
for?
encouraging to me, actually, like just getting to hear a little bit of your story.
Yeah, no worries.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I really do.
Do I just call and talk to Nicole?
With you guys and just
Okay.
it just
all right,
feels
I'll
good
give her a
that
call. Thank you.
you guys give me that feedback
All right, bye.
and just giving me that chance to tell my story.
Yeah.
That's just it's very helpful for me.
It's with Nicole.
And that's all I'm trying to do, just trying to be inspirational. You know, so
Holly to get.
and not only do I feel like I can do it, I get feedback from people all the time about that too.
They told us one other place.
Good. I'm glad you're getting lots of good feedback. Yeah. I think I should probably start writing up
Yeah.
a little bit of what you talked about. Is it okay if I just do that? Because it's hard
Yeah,
for
you're
me to
good.
talk and focus at the same time.